Good evening. How are you guys doing this Sunday? Frankly speaking, to be honest with you guys, Nigeria really needs His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi to be able to replicate what he did in Anambra State. To be honest with you guys, just look at what is happening in the Northeast today. Just see what is happening, see for yourself. And later in this video, you are going to hear from Mr. Peter Obi how he transformed the education of Anambra State.
This is a primary school and even a junior secondary school in one of the states in northeast Nigeria. Okay, it may interest you to know that this is the GS1 class. Am I right?
Yes.
This is GS1 class, and then this is what? Primary what? This is primary 4 and 5. Please come close. Let us see the building. Let us see the board. This is primary 4 and 5, and then we will go to the other classes. Please let us see the building. This is what they have as building, and then we have primary 3 and 4 here. This is primary 3 and 4. We have the primary 1 here, or the KG, and then there we have primary what here? Primary 1 is here, and KG. Okay, and then it may interest you to know that this is a school that is under the state government. Like I said, it's one of the states in northeast Nigeria. I wouldn't want to mention the state, so that the state will not see us as putting them in bad light. We are calling on well-meaning Nigerians to support these children. It will also interest you to know that the children in this community are up to 250. So there are 250 children of school-going age in this community. But this is their primary school. This is the school. This is where they take, their teaching. And then one surprising thing is that there is only one teacher in this school. Only one teacher. He's the only one that goes around to teach all the children. He teaches GS1, he teaches primary 1 up to 6. Just one teacher. And the teacher is under the employment of the state government. We are calling on well-meaning Nigerians to support Action in Nigeria community sponsorship program to partner with us and get a formidable school in this school. You can come to Action in Nigeria in our Abuja office, contact us, and then we will tell you how you can get here and then support us to build a school for the children. Now you can see part of what we provided for the children is this bag, which we use in supporting the children in the school. So you can do more by partnering with Action in Nigeria to get a formidable building for these children. It is not about the state, but about the education of these innocent children, who are deprived of the basic necessity of life, which one of them is education. Thank you.
Great. Mr. Obi, critics have accused you of not building schools during your tenure as governor of Anambra State. Can you elaborate on the initiatives that you implemented to improve the educational systems in Anambra during your tenure? And why do you think there's this misconception that's obviously being floated around?
I actually built a lot of, they said building schools. I don't know whether building schools or building infrastructures in school. I don't know what they actually want. If you look at what I've done, I've actually built a lot of schools. But I don't need to answer that. If they read my manifesto, before I became governor, Anambra State was very low in education. In fact, schools were closed for 2 years. People did not go to school. We were low in rating. And while I was there, when I came, if you read my manifesto, what I told you now was areas where I said I'm going to deal with. And we moved from 20-something in number to number 1. Go and get, even today, go and get even cut-off point. Anambra is the highest. But number 1 to today. Maybe
what were the specific what reforms that you implemented to achieve that you think that can?
I don't know I wish any of you are from Anambra State. I wish you are. So you call your town and I'll tell you what I did in your town in education. All the schools, we have about 500 secondary schools. Let me start with secondary schools.
Okay.
All the 500 secondary schools had what I can call, we computerized. We had buses. We had support in terms of teachers. We had generators to make sure they have lights. Those who needed boreholes, we give them boreholes. There's nothing, I don't know how I will start to tell you. I visited all of them at least twice, physically. Look at the infrastructures. Look at what is happening with them. Ensure that they have things that is required for learning. And that's, I can go on and on. No school, as at the time, maybe it's happening now, no state, I can say categorically in Nigeria, where you were able to equip the schools the way we did. No state. No state will you say the schools had brand new buses too. No school will you say all the secondary schools had generator. No place, when we bought our computers, desktop, everything from HP, which is still there, as at the time, they said no government in Africa have bought this quantity from them. In fact, a vice president for Africa and Middle East came the day we launched it they will give it away to schools. So there's a lot of improvement. We put internet in all the secondary schools. So it can go on and on. A university, I built a university college campus in a place called Ibariam from the scratch, cutting the forest. I built a teaching hospital from the fastest teaching hospital ever built in Nigeria, was built under my tenure in 2 years from the scratch. It's today in Oka. You can go there. These are things you can see. They're physical. They're not promised and everything. When I started, we didn't have a state library. I built one. It's there in Oka. You can go and see it. And I can go on and on in areas where in health it was the same thing. We didn't have one single school of nursing, midwifery, or school of health technology that was accredited. Today, we have over a dozen. They were all supported, accredited while I'm there. So you can go and, these are things that are, I'm telling you the things that are verifiable. You can go and see it. So when somebody comes and says, oh, you didn't build a secondary school. Why do I have to build a secondary school when there's secondary school all over the place that we are in bad shape and they're protected, and I go and build a new one? That is the problem of Africa. That is the problem because there's corruption. Because people want to start their own. If you want, there's so many existing ones. Anambra is not a place where you go and say, oh, there's no secondary school. There are secondary schools all over the place. But they were in bad shape. Their structures, everything has collapsed. Things were not working. There's nothing. So I needed to rebuild them. And I rebuilt them. And if you go there, you see buildings that were all built. If you collect them together, I would have killed about hundreds of secondary schools. But I didn't need to. It's a state I know every community. I visited every community. I didn't say I visited every single community in Anambra State as governor at least twice while I was there. So I know what every community needed, and I provided it. They have secondary schools, visited the secondary school, saw it, saw what they were there, and tried to do something. So I don't need to build a new one. Fantastic. Even at that, there's some new ones that were set up while I was there, and I supported it, and I can show, and I can say, we did this in education. And to prove it, we became number one. If you go to the secondary schools today, they still tell you, Mr. Obi did this, Mr. Obi did this. And since I left over 10 years ago, it is still the same generator that I gave them that they have. It's still the same vehicles that I gave them. It's still the same. So, what else will I do?